Hey boys and girls, Mr. Beard here is your class recap for Thursday and Friday, March 1st and 2nd. We're in March now, so it's just coming around the home stretch here, and the year will be flying by before you know it now. So we've really got to take pains to be up to speed with what we're doing so far and staying organized throughout the rest of the year here. So our objectives for these days were to 1, identify and construct strong thesis statements, and 2, to use technology to organize our research so that we're nice, organized, and prepared to write that paper. The first thing we did was a bell ringer over identifying thesis statements. Not just identifying it, to put it more clearly, identifying what makes something a strong thesis statement versus a weak one. So let's take a look at what we did on Thursday. Here is a thesis statement. It says, this paper will discuss the environmental effects of the ECO Act and how I believe it will affect the economy, will impact future generations, and will change our daily lives as average Americans. All right, couple things here. One, as we discussed in class, a thesis statement should never forecast what exactly it's going to talk about. As you can see here, it says how I believe it will affect the economy. So how I believe it will affect the economy. You don't want that. You don't want how I will believe. So we need to take that out. Another thing, because remember, personal pronouns and first-person statements, big no-nos in our thesis statements. Another thing is it's forecasting. It says this paper will discuss. We don't want this paper will discuss. We don't want that. Another personal pronoun here is our, so we would want to get rid of that as well. And it would then read, the environmental effects of the ECO Act will impact future generations, blah, blah, blah. Now, you may remember something called parallelism. That means that the sentence flows smoothly and all verbs have the same tense and form. All gerunds have, the same form and look. So let's look at this. It says, this paper will discuss environmental effects of the ECO Act and how I believe it will affect the economy. Will impact. We could get rid of this will impact. So it just said will affect the economy, comma, future generations. And then change and effect are pretty similar in the situation. So I would say we could just take those out too. And then instead of saying our, we could just say the daily lives of average Americans. So we've already taken out this paper will discuss. And all the rest of that, since they're in line with that. So it would read, the ECO Act, get rid of this too, will affect the economy, future generations, and the daily lives of average Americans. There is a thesis statement. It makes an arguable point. It does not say we'll discuss. It does not use a personal pronoun or first-person statement. Not bad. So after completing the bell ringer, both days we had OneonOne Consulting with me, where students could come over, ask me questions about their thesis statements. We could look at it, see what we could do to fix it, and so forth. And these will be more, we'll have more one-on-one consulting situations as the paper goes on. And then we just had research time, with our due dates coming up. If you go to the class website on the assignment calendar, you can see our thesis statement due date is fast approaching on Monday, and then just 2 weeks after that, our final product is going to be due. So due dates are approaching quickly, and we need to stay on top of the game because we'll have more additional assignments kind of layered in as we go, and all the time will not be just sitting there researching. So you need to use the time wisely and stay on top of those due dates. But that's it for today. So thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.